Welcome back, class! My name is Sonja, and when I started out as a motion designer, I jumped into the project and animated to the fullest detail from the first keyframe without setting markers because I was sure that the client would love it. I also didn't think that I needed to do anything else to my Illustrator layers apart from import them into After Effects. I soon found out that clients will have requests for changes, no matter how much effort you put into the animation, and that you will have a harder time making those changes without markers or labels. And I also noticed that my Illustrator files were blurry when I scaled them up. So here are 3 things that I learned from my mistakes as a junior motion designer so you don't have to. In a regular client environment, you would do a quick pass of an animation or blocking or an animatic. So these are all terms for doing a rough pass of the animation. Then you would hand that over to the client so that they can have an idea of where the animation is going, and so they can give early feedback because before you invested a lot of work in the animation. Then with that feedback, you would make adjustments, you would clean up the animation, and you would add the detail. If I was to do this for a client, I would not go in and fix this detail, and I would just move on to the next thing that I needed to do to get that rough pass of the entire animation, and then I would go in and clean that up and make adjustments to it and refine the details. So that's how I would go about animating the first pass before adding details to it. And in order to get this composition marker window out, you hit Alt and the star or multiply symbol on your numeric keypad. So if you have an extended keyboard with a numerical pad on the side, you have divided, minus, plus, and multiply, which is a little star symbol. So you can hit that together with Alt to get this comment window out, write your comment that will then appear on the marker, and to close out that window you can hit the Enter on that numpad as well. If you are using inertial bounce or you're scaling your artwork past 100%, which inertial bounce will do if you scale something up to 100% and then put the inertial bounce expression on it, because it will overshoot and then go back to the keyframe that you set as your final keyframe. If you do that with linked Illustrator files, then you should turn on the continuously rasterize icon, because with the inertial bounce it's not so extreme, but if you are scaling past the 100% on your layer, it will blur it. But if you turn it on, it will continuously rasterize, which means it will always keep the Illustrator files or layers sharp, because they're vector, they can be unlimited size, but you need to actually do that. It will use a little bit more RAM, I guess, or maybe it'll be heavier on your graphics card. I'm not entirely sure what it will affect, but it might slow you down a little bit, so I would only do that when it's necessary, when you know that you're going to be scaling past 100%. And but yeah, do be aware that you need to do that if you want to have sharp graphics.